Back with more Buffy. This is episode 15 of season 5. We're kind of getting into like the last third of the season now, really. But that's very, very exciting because I can't wait to see where we're going to take the rest of the season, because the whole thing with Glory is very, very interesting. And last episode was pretty cool as well. I liked how they really focused on what had been kind of a minimal subplot for a while, which was Spike's growing feelings and love for Buffy. And yeah, everyone kind of found out about that in the last episode. Well, certainly Buffy did. And Drusilla came back. It was so nice to see her again in Buffy in the present day. And now Spike's kind of been shut out of Buffy's life all over again because he's no longer invited into her house, and he looked so sad. But at the same time, he was really creepy, and he had a Buffy shrine. Like, don't do that. And yeah, obviously in the background as well, we have Glory still looming and Dawn being the key. So that's all got to come out and explode at some point. And yeah, lots being juggled so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing where we go with this, because I'm very, very intrigued by this plot line. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the next one.
Buffy, I think you should perhaps calm down.
Me too.
Absolute unit.
I don't think you're like that.
Maybe I could change. You know, I could...
It sounds horrible, but I don't know if I want her to end up with anyone. I do want her to be happy, but I don't know if it's ever going to work out, you know? With anyone.
This is the day you choose to hug me. What are you looking for in Sunnydale anyway?
True love.
Good luck with that.
Now could you go the other way?
You spin me right round, baby, right round.
He works for a publishing house. He's a nice, normal guy, okay? I think
Oh, is he gonna be a robot?
My first day back, when I was, kind of shaky, starting over.
Is he gonna be a demon?
And he asked a question about these. Or maybe Brian has a son, and Mom and I can go on some unspeakably awkward double dates. Oh, God.
Oh, God, that could be your stepbrother.
I'm thinking about buying something very expensive. Maybe an antelope. Hi. Hi. Hi, do you know Warren? I need to find him.
Sorry.
You can do all this stuff with a regular computer? You can also see the website I designed for the magic shop. Huge photo of me.
Those two need to be best friends.
Dancing with you is way better than trying to hook up with some good-looking guy.
I think I liked it better when you were kicking me in my Buffy groin.
Oh.
I let them do that.
Oh, fucking hell, here we go. Don't have sex with the big bad.
So funny in my head.
It's very, very funny. It's funny in my head, too.
Not in mine.
Enjoying yourself?
I am now.
Wait, so, you guys see Warren?
Please just fucking find Warren.
I don't think a girl that looks like that's going to be lonely for too long.
Definitely not. Not me. I was just saying that.
Oh dear.
Get away from me.
Okay. Respectful. Finally.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, my phone number. I was going to try to subtly work it into the conversation, and I would like to get to know Coffee better.
Well.
Then I'll call you.
Call him what? Ben or Glory?
Oh.
Oh, shit.
You're not my boyfriend.
Okay.
Bloody hell! Through a window.
I kind of got the impression that she was a robot.
Oh, yeah, robot.
Yeah, I was gonna say robot.
That was my first instinct.
Lauren, I'm not sure this is a code red. Is there a code pink? We need more codes. Okay, we'll track down Lauren tomorrow. He's been watching Dawn while my mom's out on her date. And I have a feeling there's only so much he can take.
Oh, Giles and Donnie? I bet they ended up having a blast.
Dear God, Buffy, there's only so much I can take. going to have to change the system.
Unless you want to stay for a while, and then you and I can...
Who wants to hear everything?
Listen to my mom talk about boys.
Right, must go. See you tomorrow. Bye, Joel.
They've already had their fun together.
Oh dear.
What?
I left my bra in his car.
Mother!
I'm joking.
Good God, that's horrible. Don't do that.
I left it in the restaurant.
No more.
Oh my God.
No more on the dessert cart.
It's nice that she can have fun with her kids, you know? Like, tease them like that.
She's a sex bot. I mean, what guy doesn't dream about that? Beautiful girl with no other thought but too many girls. I miss Oz. He'd get it. He wouldn't say anything, but he'd get it.
Why would anyone do that if they could have a real live person?
I miss Oz too. Oh no, I'm sad.
Everyone wants a nice, normal person to, share with, but this guy, if he couldn't find that, I guess it's kind of sad.
I feel attacked. Yeah, she's definitely afraid of... Well. Oh, that was good timing. Well done.
Hello?
I was going to say she's afraid of jumping into a relationship again.
This is a bad time.
Oh, boy.
You're keeping secrets from me, other girls, and who knows what else.
Trina, shut up.
That's it. Forget it, Warren. I'm gone.
Dear.
Trina,
I mean, you could have been a bit nicer to her.
she's looking for me, you know. She followed me here.
Okay,
I'd gathered that.
Figured that out.
No,
Yeah.
There's more.
Was it Ted? Because they always said there could have been more than one of him.
No, whole new robot. This one was a girl.
Letting him in is good, because then we get to toss him out.
Ooh, can we throw him out the window like the robot did?
Robot? She might have said some things that sounded like I expressed some kind of...
And that you kidnapped her. Oh shit, Ripper.
We are not your friends. We are not your way to Buffy. There is no way to Buffy.
I'm looking for my boyfriend Warren.
What?
How are you?
He's from here, and I need him. Are you in love with her?
Yeah, I really thought I would be. I mean, she's perfect. I don't know, I guess it was too easy and predictable. You know, she got boring. She was exactly what I wanted, and I didn't want her. I thought I was going crazy.
Really? You?
Okay, I didn't really dump her as much as I went out and didn't come back. I left her.
Nice.
Do you know where Warren is? I need to get to Warren.
Oh dear.
This is getting insane. How many of you are there? Warren is my boyfriend. Mine. And you others probably ought to figure that out.
Oh no.
Ow,
There
let
can
go.
be only
Don't
one.
let go. Ow.
You have to stop lying.
Well. This is a good first step. Take down the creepy shrine.
Right.
Well, hopefully the batteries ran down a bit when she crushed Katrina to death.
Hurts her. And this girl kept lying to me, and then she went to sleep.
Wow. That went dark pretty quick.
She's alive.
Oh, good.
But it wasn't what I really wanted.
Oh my god, the position files. Oh shit.
She growls? You made her so she growls?
Well,
That was in the fetish folder, I'm guessing. That's not how you're supposed to use that.
Now get the hell away from me. No, Trina, wait.
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of fair. Oh.
You took my man. I'm going to kill you.
Swing and a miss.
I'm
Huh.
going to... I can't crush. I'm so tired.
Oh, I'm running out of batteries.
If I wait here patiently this time, he'll come back. I'm sure he will.
This is kind of sad, actually.
When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Clouds and lemonade, huh?
I do like lemonade.
Yes. And
Things are always
darkest. Before...
The dawn. Yeah. Wow. Pretty poignant for a robot.
She devoted everything to making this one person happy.
Hopelessly devoted.
I need me. I need to get comfortable being alone with Buffy.
Well, I'll say this. She's a pretty cool person to be alone with.
Aww.
Thank you.
Our Ben tried to make a date with the Slayer.
A date with the Slayer? No.
Just no, don't hang up!
You played yourself. Oh, hello.
No, I'm not making any more girls. Sure you are. Here's your specs.
Don't make a fucking Buffy robot. No.
Good for me.
Oh, spiky, creepy fucker.
Still a couple of guys getting that right.
Ah.
Mom? Mom? Mommy?
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? Okay, that ending is really... It's got me scared. And I don't like that one bit. I'm shaking. Like, my hands are going crazy because it was such a kind of... Oh, that tonal change. I don't even know what to think of that ending, so I'm kind of gonna ignore it for the purpose of this, because we did have a whole episode before that. I don't know where they're going with that. Wasn't expecting that. And yeah, that kind of threw me off. I won't lie. I thought I knew what I wanted to say about this episode, and I was like gathering all my thoughts. Now I've kind of already forgotten everything that happened, which isn't ideal. So I'm glad I make notes for my TV shows now. I'm genuinely shaking. I don't know what that ending was. We'll see what happens, but I can't really comment on it yet. But that didn't look great. And I don't understand. And I don't really want to think about it. So that's that. We'll see where they go with it. But overall, I would say it's a pretty solid episode. I did enjoy what they were kind of trying to speak of, I think, with like that feeling of loneliness or being single, and whether being single takes away your worth as a person, or if you're more worthy of, you know, you feel better about yourself if you're in a relationship or not. And I did like where they ended up going with that message, with Buffy kind of saying, you know, I just need to get to know myself first, which I think is a very good attitude. That message of the episode really spoke to me, because I'm Mr. Single Pringle forever. Hopefully the girl of my dreams is out there somewhere, but fuck knows where she is. Probably lost in a maze somewhere, can't get out, and our paths will never cross, but who knows. So I did like where Buffy kind of ended up going with that, and how that tied into the fact that it almost became a thing with her and Ben, and now Glory's like, what the fuck? Which is an interesting kind of thing. And it is kind of cool that Glory isn't quite aware of what Ben's intentions are, unless like she has her minions there to tell her. Because obviously they don't really remember what each other do when they're in control of the body. So that's kind of interesting, and we'll see where that may lead. I don't really know what the final resolutions. I don't know if they can like split them in two people, because it is one body by the sounds of it. She kind of inhabited his body, I think. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. I feel like we need more backstory about exactly when that happened and how, and you know, was Ben just like normal Ben living his life, then one day this woman absorbed his body, and how did he become aware of that? Was that through the minions as well? Because obviously he can't remember when he changes and stuff. Although I suppose when he just like blanks out and then suddenly he's wearing a dress, he must assume something's happened. So we'll see where they go with that. But I did like the idea of like Buffy struggling with actually being single, and it's starting to really hit her. I think that was emphasised by basically everyone else around her being in relationships for the most part. And obviously everything with Spike probably brought that into account, like, why do I attract these people? Am I doing something wrong? And she's very much blaming herself, I think, and thinking, oh, it must be my fault why I'm single. But I like that Joyce pointed out, I think it was Joyce, maybe it was Giles actually, I can't even remember, just saying, Joyce, I've just lost my thought, fuck, what was I going to say? Oh, I think it was Giles, I think. He kind of said to her, like, Spike's feelings for you, you know, that it's not your fault. You can't be held accountable for what Spike is feeling himself. I think something like that, I think Giles said. So I did like that aspect, but I like this insecurity, because obviously things with Angel didn't go too well, things with Riley didn't go too well in the end. And then the next guy who seemed to be into her was Spike, who's kind of a bit crazy, particularly with that fucking ending. That's creepy as fuck. I was like, oh good, he's taking down the shrine, he's making those positive steps towards getting over it, maybe he's taking Giles' advice. I loved that scene with Giles, like, giving him what for as well, by the way. That was really good. I like when that side of Giles comes out. But yeah, it's like, oh, Spike's making progress with that, that's good. No. Buffy Robot. If that actually happens, I don't know. That's a step too far. I mean, Spike's already gone too far in this whole thing with Buffy. You know, I miss the Spike from the end of Fall for Love. That was the Spike that I could see Buffy wanting to be with. You know, the one who comforted her. Yes, he was on his way to kill her when that happened, but there are moments there where he can get it right, but his head isn't screwed on right when it comes to love, as we saw in that episode anyway. So he has a very twisted view of what love is. And yeah, the idea that this guy's going to build him a Buffy robot. No, I'm not here for that. But I guess we'll have to see where that goes. I dread to think what that poor robot's going to have to fucking go through. So yeah, everything with that was kind of interesting, how they continued on the Buffy and Spike thing, and Buffy feeling very, very single, and that was kind of becoming an insecurity for her. I like that they really addressed that. And I think that's something that applies to many people, myself included. You know, all I get is, oh, are you seeing anyone yet? Oh, you know, you're going to be getting married soon, aren't you? Because two of my best friends are getting married later this year. Very excited. And of course, when that happens, you're going to think, oh God, like, they're my age, they're getting married, settling down. You know, a lot of people I know are in relationships, so I'm always like the third wheel when they go and watch a movie, or we hang out somewhere, you know. I'm normally the only one in the group who's single, or like not seeing anyone, dating or anything like that. And I know a lot of that is because I'm very, very insecure about myself and every aspect of myself. So it was nice that they kind of, in a way, had an episode kind of addressing that, and Buffy's insecurities about that I related to very strongly. And I liked the message where she was like, I just need to find myself, and that she called it off with Ben. Because, you know, as far as she doesn't know that Ben and Gloria share in the same body, so it's nice that she was like, I'm not going to lead him on, you know, so she cut it off. That was nice. So what they were kind of talking about with that theme, I thought was pretty effective. And the idea of, like, love, someone loving you gives you value. Is that true? Is that not? How they were exploring that with this robot that Warren built somehow. What's her name? April, I think. I actually think, considering it was a robot and most of the lines they were given were exactly the same. Have you seen Warren? Blah, 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 for like the first 2/3 of the episode. I actually think the actress did a really great job conveying that, and that last little scene, she kind of has to deliver every line in exactly the same way, because she's a robot. She's kind of programmed to almost speak in that kind of rhythm. But she still provided a lot of nuance to it. You can still kind of infer lots of different readings of it. So I think the actress did a really, really great job with what is almost has to be like a limited part. But she really kind of took it in the stride, and I think she did a great job. And this idea that, you know, she's programmed to love and nothing else. Like, love is the most important thing, and I think it's a very important thing in life. Of course it is. But I love that what Buffy took from that whole experience was she needed to love herself first. I love that message. And the idea that, you know, this Warren guy who built this robot to love him, he didn't love her in return, and he thought he would, because it was like this perfect, this really, you know, this gorgeous woman who absolutely adored him and had all the same interests. But that's not how love works, you know, it's not that manufactured. And I liked that, the idea that, you know, in most media or whatever, you're a robot, you can't love, you can't have feelings because you're a robot. And yet in this situation, it was the actual human who said, I can't love you. Whereas, you know, in so many other pieces of media, it'd be like, well, robots can't feel human emotions, robots can't love. I love how they kind of twisted that, and it was the robot who could love, and the human just couldn't because he'd fallen for someone else. I really liked that. And that the consequences of his actions did mean that this girl he had fallen for was like, nah mate, I'm out. Makes sense. She got nearly choked to death by a bloody robot. Talk about crazy ex-girlfriends, you know? That was one hell of an ex to get. So yeah, that was all interesting. And yeah, just how that kind of spoke into like this whole theme of, you know, love as worth, and loving yourself, loving others. That was really, really cool. I liked how this episode kind of managed that. You know, it wasn't my favourite episode of the season by any means, but I think it was pretty solid. It was a very watchable episode. You know, like all the Scoobies, they had nice little moments. Apart from like the series, like 1 and 2, Xander coming through in a couple of lines. Xander was great in this one. I loved how supportive he was of Buffy. Kind of say, oh no, they'll get to know you, they'll fall in love with you, and you're a great person to kind of spend time with. That was really, really nice. I loved the Buffy and Xander scenes in this episode a lot. Giles' little moment when he was like, Spike, listen here, you little shit. That was a great moment as well. I love that scene for him. I like it when like Ripper Giles kind of bubbles to the surface. And he also had a nice moment when he was like babysitting Dawn as well. So he had a bit of comedy there. Willow's comment about April as well, and Tara's like, I'm sorry? That was really funny. The pairing near the start of Anya and Tara when they first bumped into April, I liked their little conversation. They kind of, those characters worked quite well together. I'd like to see more scenes with those two. And then, yeah, I don't want to talk about Joyce, but I wrote her name down early on, because obviously she went on this date and just getting her life back on track. And things are really happy with her. I should have known. I'm so nervous. Like, I know what that ending means. I know what Joyce was about at the end there, but I don't want to say it. I don't want to speak it into existence. I hope it's a cop-out for the first time in my life. I hope a television show cops out. I mean, we had the whole illness thing, but earlier in the season, I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I can talk about it in the next one. I mean, they can't just ignore it in the next one, can they? It's like, ooh. Fuck. I'm nervous to watch the next one. But yeah, overall, I think this was a really, really solid episode. I loved the message behind it in particular. I think, obviously, the message was probably better than the episode itself, but I think the episode itself was still really entertaining and engaging and enjoyable. I actually think the actress playing April did a really, really great job. The Spike stuff I could do without for the first time. I mean, I love Spike as a character. We know this. The Buffy robot thing, I'm not on board with that. That's creepy as fuck. No, just no. But yeah, all like the supporting cast and stuff was nice. I really liked Buffy's journey, this insecurity about being single, potentially dating Ben, then not dating Ben. Just that kind of big running theme, I think, is the big takeaway from the episode for me, aside from obviously that ending. But yeah, overall, pretty solid episode. I actually really, really enjoyed this one. I think the time went by quite quickly, and yeah, I would have liked a bit more of an explanation actually as to exactly why her batteries only just ran out when it was convenient. So they didn't need to say that earlier on, because Warren was like, oh, you know, her battery should have run out like 2 days ago or something. And Buffy was like, well, why didn't they? She must be finding a way to charge herself. And then I don't think they ever actually explained how she was doing that. Then she just ran out when it was convenient. Otherwise she might have killed Buffy or something. Even that last scene with her was very poignant when Buffy and April were talking. They could have just cut that bit out when they said, you know, oh, her batteries, I thought she'd run out by now. They should have run out 2 days ago. Don't ask the question, like, oh, why aren't the batteries run out yet? How is she, like, charging herself? She must be finding a way to do it. Don't ask those questions if you're not going to answer them in the episode, you know? You could have just cut that out and it wouldn't have affected me. I'd been like, okay, her batteries have run out, fine. It makes sense that would happen eventually. But they didn't need to quite state it in that way earlier in the episode. It just didn't quite make sense that it didn't explain it. That's my one kind of big nitpick. But yeah, I digress. Pretty solid episode overall. I did enjoy it. And I would say I'm looking forward to seeing where we go next, but I'm really fucking not, because I'm scared. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But, I'm really taken aback. I'm kind of, it's crazy. Like, that ending just made me forget the whole episode. Anyway, that's that. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.